tonight's performance and myself, I bring you greetings from Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee, US. It's a privilege for us to be here tonight in front of a room full of our heroes. You're all members of a global team that has, is, and will continue to improve the lives of individuals and communities who face stubborn, relentless infectious disease. We thank you. Tonight's performance would not exist without your work. The people who created You Shall Live to Zero work on the front lines, overcoming cultural and structural barriers and circumnavigating administrative and bureaucratic obstacles in order to deliver the evidence-based tools you've developed to those who need them most, and often to those who need the most help putting them to effective use. The origins of this project actually lie in HIV research and in CROI itself. The first factor was the advent of PrEP. Nashville's not New York, it's not Chicago, San Francisco, or even Atlanta. So work to roll out PrEP really only began a couple of years ago. But there were immediate ancillary benefits. New, more substantial prevention jobs and a more robust toolbox attracted fresh, smart, talented individuals who were deeply motivated to make a difference. Effective implementation of PrEP required the recruitment of new partner agencies and an unprecedented level of collaboration. What was a relatively small collection of agencies with a few formal agreements developed into a robust network engaged in multiple cooperative initiatives. The second factor was data presented here 2 years ago by the CDC, and you'll recognize these slides. The headline, that the estimated lifetime risk of acquiring HIV for black men who have sex with men is a breathtaking 1 in 2. A couple of months after that presentation of that data here in Boston, the man behind tonight's message approached me at a state health department meeting and invited me to lunch. This is TK Hampton, also known as Thunder Kelly, and you better believe in the thunder because this man is a force of nature. He's charismatic, passionate, engaged, motivated, extremely willful, and quick to laugh. Perhaps most importantly, he's brimming with an authentic and generous love. TK simply would not accept the 1 in 2 statistic. He was determined to do something about it. He looked me in the eye and said, "Mark, do you think we can get to zero new infections?" As a community educator, I started babbling on about, what the report did and did not mean and what it might take to get there, but he wasn't having any of that. He interrupted me, "But Mark, do you think we can get to zero?" In that moment, I thought about my 3 decades of living with HIV. Every single one of those years was, for me, more hopeful than the one before. So I had to answer yes. TK was convinced that we had the tools to change that statistic and that it was in the community's power to do it now. I was only one of a number of people from that network I showed you to help realize his vision of a theatrical production that would get the word out and inspire people to action. And TK did what any self-respecting Nashvilleian would do when he's trying to change the world. He wrote a song, which became the cornerstone of this production. The team went about developing the show with intense rehearsals while leveraging their considerable media savvy to simultaneously promote the show and the diverse services they delivered. This is just one example, a video which was actually viewed widely before the show was ever premiered.
I want my people to get into the fight and stop the statistic and get educated about the new advancements where we can all stop the statistic with the way we live, with taking care of our own health.
We got to get to zero. We can make it if we try. We can make it if we try. We can make it if we try. We can make it if we try.
So they then went into the studio to record a single and make another video. And finally, on February 7th of last year, on National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day, this show premiered on the campus of the historically black Tennessee State University. The team continued to leverage the show itself and its media toolbox to reach out and empower people in its communities. Our guests tonight are ambassadors for people that you all know around the world who are embedded in the communities most impacted by HIV, who work against prejudice